Welcome once again to YouTube Live. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So today we are going to discuss about what is emotional regulation. What do I mean by when I say I am sure I'm live? Yes, I am. What do I mean when I say emotional regulation? What is the science behind it and why it is important to regulate emotions or emotional regulation? Why is so important in today's time, specifically if you are someone who is handling a lot of things. You would be a business person or you are working professional. Along with your work, you are handling or being part of your ever excited wonderful family as well. There are so many things happening with the family members in the family, going out, and you also have your own life to live. So let's see one by one. Okay. Hi, my name is Bhavna Patel and I'm an emotional freedom coach. And let's begin. So, what do you mean? What do I mean by emotional regulation? So, here is the question for you to ponder upon or answer me. Is like, do you feel like your emotional sometimes actually make the decision, not your brain, especially at your work or at the critical time or when you have had a long day? Like, sometimes you would feel, I know what to do, but in this moment, you find yourself responding something differently, or you like, yeah, I thought I can do this, but how to do, am I right or wrong, or do I need to do this, how do I feel, what will be the consequences? So all of those things, and today let's see why it happens, what it happens. Okay. So if you are an active person, then in whatever you are doing at your office, in a job, in a business, or at even home, you feel pressure, maybe time bound, maybe performance based. Will I be able to do it or not? You have to meet deadlines, not only in office but at home as well. There are expectations from people, there are expectations that you have from yourself, and sometimes, or more often than not, there is a pressure or a constraint about the finances as well. And all of this sometimes comes together and creates something known as, or we create something known as overwhelm. I don't know, out of the so many things expected out of me, what do I do? And it creates irritation with the smallest of the things someone asks, and you are like, why are you asking me? This should be understood. This is a silly question. Why me? Leave me alone, and a lot of that. Has it ever happened with you? Then you later on, after a few moments or after a few minutes or even after some days, you feel, okay, the way you reacted was not required, and then you like, I should not have done that. I don't remember, I don't know why I reacted or why I did what I did. So that's where emotional regulation comes in. Now, if I have to tell you in simplified words, what do I mean by emotional regulation is here. It's my ability to, in that moment, notice what I am feeling, notice what I am doing in my facial expression, in my body language, and taking a pause, maybe of a single moment, and then understand what is required, keep my emotions in the moment, keep my feelings in the moment aside for a while, and choose to respond consciously, not automatically, not by default. Now, there could be a question that, Bhavna, does that mean I need to suppress my emotions? You just spoke about keeping your emotions or feelings aside. I said only in that moment. See, one of my coaches always said ACE, awareness changes everything. When in the moment I understand or I get aware that I am getting irritated, then I have that choice. Do I want to get irritated, or I want to release that and want to feel something else? When I'm getting angry, or I get, for example, I find out that because I have a preconceived notion about what that person in front of me is talking about, I am, without even listening to him or her, making a decision. And I am not agreeing to that person. But in that moment, when I get present to that, oh, it is a pre-decided thing for me, the nature I have been, the kind of experience I have been before, I have gone through before, or the values or the kind of way of being it has been for me. My not agreeing to what this person is saying is coming from there. It has nothing to do with what this person right now in front of me is presenting to me. When I take that moment, I do not feel what I would have felt otherwise, and that takes care of my emotions. Then I don't have to handle anything. It means understanding my emotions and not letting them control me or what I say or my decisions, but I continue to have the control over my emotions. So that is what I mean by emotional regulation. Why does it matter, and even today why it is so important? So it directly impacts my decision making. It directly creates the perception people would have about me, my personality. It dominates my communication. Because of this, it impacts my relationships. And because of all of this, it has a huge impact, actually a negative impact, on my focus and productivity, directly impacting my performance. So that's what happened. That's what is impacted by emotions or emotional regulation or absence of that. What happens when I don't, on a constant basis, don't regulate my emotions? I would become an impulsive person. I would become a sorry person. That one, this person doesn't know what they talk about, and after some time, they will change their decision, or they will come and say sorry, or they will not feel good about. They are seen as non-confident person. They are seen not very reliable people. These kind of people will tend to overthink. They will behave in a way and afterwards keep analyzing, like, why I did that, I should not have done that, what that the person said or meant, and did I respond appropriately? This all will cause delay in their performance, delay in their actions, and it will add on to their overwhelm, the feeling of being drained, the feeling of being unfulfilled, and a lot of it. So here is the thing: success is not only about the skills, the uh, skills that are technical in nature, that are learned uh, through certifications or through courses. It is a lot about how well do I handle my emotional state, how well do I handle my emotions. Am I using my emotions, or I'm getting used by, or I'm at the cost of, at the mercy of my emotions? So that's what I wanted to share about what is emotional regulation and why it matters. Now, let's do one small thing. Think about a situation where you felt triggered, where you felt frustrated or drained, or maybe irritated for that matter. And just go in the moment for a while and think or ask yourself, what was I feeling in that moment when I behaved or when I reacted like that? Did I feel something in my body at that point of time? Great. This awareness itself is the first step. Awareness changes everything. It is the first step of emotional regulation. So, emotional regulation is a skill that can be developed, that can be practiced, that can be cultivated and made a norm for yourself. And I would be over here coming live every day and presenting to you what are different ways of regulating emotions, of course with along with a few other topics as well. Okay, so far in the last week, in every live session that you would see on this channel, we have done something to release some way of being or release some emotion or hurt. That, as per my coach says, that is all coming in the category of solving. So, what do we solve? Whether there is whenever there is a problem, we solve a problem. We take some actions to solve that so that we can come back to the moment or the state of being at ease. Today's work that we have done, today's discussion that we have had, is not in that category of solving, because here we are not solving, we are actually getting aware of something so that we can resolve from the root, we can change from the root, we can change our behavior, and that, my dear friends, comes in the category of evolving. Isn't that true? That we are, by doing this, by learning something or unlearning something, by trying, by practicing being aware, we are actually evolving as people. We are actually evolving as the personalities that we really want to be. Isn't that true? So, what was your takeaway from today's discussion? Let me know. Okay. And I would be coming tomorrow live again. If you have any specific topics that you want me to speak about, discuss about, or help you heal them, please let me know in the comments, and I would love to do that. So this is Bhavna Patel signing off, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.